We reluctantly leave our mooring at the former Dutton Breach site and head southeast along the Trent and Mersey Canal. As the canal runs parallel to the River Weaver on a 60-foot bank, at times we are rewarded with fine views over the valley. Watch out for the Dutton Railway viaduct, which takes the West Coast main line over the River Weaver, completed in 1836 in red sandstone at a cost of £54,440. It has 20 arches. We soon encounter the narrow and crooked Saltersford Tunnel, and at 424 yards long it's impossible to see if another boat has entered the other end until you are in the tunnel, followed shortly after by Barnton Tunnel at 572 yards. Beyond the tunnels is the magnificent Anderton boat lift, followed by Marbury Country Park. We moor near the Lion Salt Works, designated as a World Heritage Site, is one of the last open pan salt works in the world. Closed in 1986 and now preserved as a museum, but sadly closed at this time of year.
Do I look pretty?
Oh, of course, you always look pretty.
Do I? Oh, lovely. That's nice. So, yes. Do you know what we're going to say?
Yes, I know.
Are you sure?
What we're going to say, but you need to tip in a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do, yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, everyone.
And welcome to our vlog. You join us on, wow, this is a nice sunny day.
Yeah, it's bright and sunny today.
Yeah.
But they do forecast rain later, so I'm not sure whether we'll stay dry. So
Well,
we've got about 4 hours cruising today.
Have we?
Yeah. So
Where are we heading?
Northwich.
Oh, right, okay. Saves
Yep.
me having to say it. That's all.
Yes, because you don't know. Actually, you do know, don't you?
Yeah. We've been staying at this lovely spot. It's absolutely glorious. This is,
It's the site of the Dutton Breach.
the site of the Dutton Breach.
Yeah.
I see, I know it.
Yeah, yeah. The Dutton Breach happened, or the Dutton Breach occurred in September 2012. The canal was closed for about 5 months apparently.
Yeah.
And this wasn't the only breach at the time. Apparently there was one a bit further down, a smaller one at Croxton Aqueduct. So the canal was actually closed from Middlewich up to Preston Brook Tunnel. So that's quite a long section.
Of the Trent and Mersey,
Of
and
the
there's
Trent
the
and
two
Mersey.
main sort of motorways, aren't they,
Yeah,
of the canal world.
Yeah, yeah. So it was,
So,
and it was closed for about 5 months. I'm not sure whether the lower end was closed for that length of time. They may well have repaired that and then opened it up. But what I do know is that there were some boats that were stuck in between. So they ended up taking them down on the Anderton boat lift and along the River Weaver onto the Manchester Ship Canal and back onto the Shropshire Union at Ellesmere Port. So
I didn't know that.
no, that's because I read it. See?
Well, there you go. You see, you're a knowledge.
A mind of information. Yeah, so yeah, there were quite a few boats that had to do that so that they could get off of the canal and get back onto the system on the Shropshire Union. So that was an interesting read.
Yeah. But it's a lovely spot now.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
there's no trees here, which
no.
makes it even better. I
Yeah,
mean,
of course the trees were washed away when the breach occurred.
Yeah.
So now it's you've got a nice open view, and you can see the railway bridge over there.
Well,
so
we went for a walk yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we went
Right the way down to the Weaver,
Yeah.
along the Weaver, and then to the bridge, which you can see in the distance.
Yeah.
And then it was a good day, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
the morning was.
Yeah,
In
we
the
had a
afternoon,
nice-
it just absolutely poured
Yeah,
hard.
it absolutely tipped down,
But
and strong winds as well. Strong winds and heavy rain. So.
but we wasn't too bad here, was we?
No,
No,
you could feel it rocking a bit, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So.
But it's a lovely spot.
Mm.
So anyway, back to today. So it's down to Northwich.
Down to Northwich, and we've got to stop at the services, Anderton boat services, on the way.
Yep.
So we'll be topping up with some water,
Empty the
And-
pot.
empty the pot, and getting rid of some rubbish.
Yeah.
So and then on to Northwich. So that's the plan. But
See how
whether
it
that'll
goes.
happen, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Catch up with you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. And off we go. That's the view that we're leaving, which is really lovely. You can see the bridge over there. You can also see the weir from the River Weaver as well. And it's just such a lovely spot that yeah, we could have stayed here a lot longer, but we needed to move on. As per usual, you've got essential things that we need to do. This is a lovely little mooring spot, although I think it needs a little bit of attention. But yeah. You can see the bridge over there, the white bridge, but that's the River Weaver. We went across that yesterday. The lock is down there as well. The lock is down that way. How you doing, honey? Bit muddy and a bit cold. Not quite sure what he's doing. Obviously trying to turn around, I guess. Seen two boats going this way already this morning. Popular little bit of canal this, but then it is the Trent and Mersey, and the Trent and Mersey hasn't got any closures as such. I think after January, I think there's one lock we got to get through, and then the rest of them, I think we got free rein all the way down. So it's a bit muddy, the old towpath, isn't it? Anyway, he's managed to turn. It's quite nice. The sun is actually just hiding behind the clouds, which is actually quite good for us, because I noticed when the other boats came up that they were trying to see where they were going in the sun, because when it's blasting right in your eyes, it's blooming difficult to see, and certainly difficult to navigate the canals at times, and it's quite a strain on your eyes, and can end up giving you a headache. So it's quite nice for the sun just to be behind the clouds. Obviously this is quite a popular spot to moor. Looks like this is the hire boat place, or at least this is where they're storing some of their boats out and about on the network. They usually bring them in for repairs and all that sort of thing in the winter. Not quite sure what's happening with that boat, whether it's coming out or what, but we'll have to wait and see. Like they're doing some manoeuvring, which means I've got to stop and manoeuvre. Well, that was a little bit nerve-wracking, as well as avoid a collision. But anyway, we managed it. That's my little spot there. Lovely. The water coming off the hillside. What tunnel is it that we're coming up to?
It's Saltersford, is it?
Saltersford.
Saltersford, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's timed passage. So you can only go through at certain times. Oh, train. We'll have to check to see what it is and turn on it. I remember it from last time. I do like coming out of tunnels. What did you say just now?
I think the services are after the Anderton shelter. I don't know what it is. Oh.
Here goes her umbrella. Oh dear. What made you say that?
I don't know. I don't know why I said it.
Showing your age.
I'm not even old enough to remember Anderton shelters. I called it an Anderton shelter, not the boat lift.
I know. We'll show you the Anderton shelter. Or boat lift. There is the Anderton boat lift over there. Through the trees. And there's a nice pub here.
So we don't know whether it's nice, we've never been in it.
Well, we've never been in it, no. But the shelter is over there. And the River Weaver.
Get to go down there one day when we pass.
One day.
We've passed it 3 times now, and
Yeah.
twice it's been closed.
Yeah.
And one time we were on our way somewhere else and didn't get time to go.
Yeah, true. All closed up now, isn't it? People have asked about water. Eileen's inside. She's got the hose pipe end stuck out of the bottom there, and I've got the hose pipe, and this is what we have to do for water. This is a sort of a traditional water tap. Normally there's a key in there, and you use the key to get at the water tap, and then you can unlock it, drop that down, and then we then screw that onto hang on, take that bit off. We screw that onto there. Oops. Oops. I've got cold hands. Screw that onto there. Usually just test it, make sure it works, and then pop that on. All right. And then what I do is we just turn the handle if it faces that way, and that fills our hose up. And then Eileen just we give it a good flush through, just so that we don't put anything into the. We've got a stainless steel tank that's underneath the bow floor. Fill that up, and there's a hole down there, and that's what we do. Just fills the tank up like that. Leave that to fill. Takes a while, mind you. And these are the services that we're at. There's a couple of other boats here at the moment that passed us earlier. So yeah, these are quite nice services, these ones. Elson showers, toilets, and all that sort of thing. Quite nice.
What's happening, love?
There's something wrapped around the prop. I don't know what, but we'll have to go into the weed hatch.
So we were just pulling up at the services, weren't we?
Yeah.
And so we've filled up with water and emptied the toilets and got rid of all the rubbish. That's taken us about 45 minutes, I suppose.
Yeah.
And we've worked non-stop in that time, haven't we, to do those things. I've done a bit of washing up because we were getting a bit low on water, because I did some washing yesterday, which depleted the water tank quite a bit. So I waited till we got here, till we had some nice hot water. So I did some washing up, but just as we were pulling in, we heard a little clunk, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we lost a bit of steering. And at the time there were two boats behind us, but they've moved on now.
Plastic bags, I think. Yeah, pretty sure it's plastic bags.
So you got your
I've got my
gauntlet.
glove on because it's so blooming cold in that canal. And down I go.
What is it, love?
Plastic bag and a rope and half a fender.
That would have stopped us going very far, wouldn't it? So enough to stop us?
Plastic is the scourge of our world, isn't it? Now. That's it, full of water. Emptied the pots, got rid of the rubbish, got rid of the stuff out of the weed hatch, and it stopped raining. That's good news. So off we go. Nice house in the corner there. Got a pretty steep garden though. Moored on these rings before, haven't we? We stayed here. Well, when was it we stayed here?
Last November.
Last November?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, because you've got Marbury Country Park just there,
Yeah.
to the left of us, to the port side.
Just to the... Yeah.
And we had a walk
That was
down
lovely
there.
in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Then we moored up on these rings and that over here.
Yeah, it was the middle of November when we came down here last
Was it?
year. Yeah, and of course we came back up here in end of April last year, and I think we moored a little bit further down
Oh, okay.
on the way up.
Well, this will be our last trip then, will it?
This is our last trip before Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, our last cruise
Our last cruise
before Christmas.
before Christmas. Because we're putting the boat in the marina for over Christmas, aren't we?
Yeah.
And moored up there and got his fire going. This is the is it Lyons Salt Works, as it says there? Some nice moorings along here, actually. Nice pub back there. There's a lovely lake over there as well. That lake is lovely, isn't it?